Welcome to this informative session in which we would like to present the EU-funded CETA Market Access Program for EU Business. The program was launched by the delegation of the European Union in Canada to help the EU companies take full advantage of the recently concluded EU-Canada Free Trade Agreement. The CETA Market Access Program for EU businesses is designed to provide practical and substantive support to EU businesses already operating in Canada or which are considering moving into the Canadian market to utilize the benefits and opportunities created by CETA. In addition, the program will supply EU businesses with practical, actionable market access information covering all CETA chapters and identified sectors where incomplete application in Canada creates unjustified trade barriers. The program also aims to increase the ability of EU institutions to provide similar support. Canada is a historical and strategic partner of the EU with strong political and economic ties. CETA, the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, is a reflection of this relationship. It is at the leading edge of current trade and investment agreements, aiming to expand the nearly 90 billion euros annual bilateral trade in goods and in services. The EU and Canada approved and signed the CETA on October 30, 2016, and the agreement has entered into force under a phase of provisional application on the 21st of September 2017. The agreement will take full effect only with the ratification of all EU member states. CETA will create the highest level of access Canada has afforded to a foreign trading partner to date. The Canadian economy has maintained a positive growth in gross domestic products in recent years, and the trend is forecast to accelerate in the future. The European and Canadian economies are in many ways complementary. The EU is Canada's second largest trading partner behind the United States in terms of goods, services, and investments. In 2016, the EU has maintained a net positive balance with Canada and exported more than 4 times greater value than Canada's next largest trading partner, China. Combined, Canada and the EU trade 200 million euros per day in goods alone. Likewise, the EU has consistently maintained a surplus in trade and services with Canada, which was most recently valued at 6.5 billion euros in 2016. Among services, the largest export categories from the EU to Canada include transport, travel, financial, intellectual property, telecommunications, and other business services. In parallel with trading goods and services, Europe accounts for more than 1/3 of Canada's foreign investments and is its largest source economy after the US. The EU is at the same time an important hosting country for Canadian investments, accounting for approximately 25% of Canadian investment outflows. Key sectors receiving European investments in Canada have traditionally included mining and resource extraction, manufacturing, financial services, and enterprise management. The objective and purpose of the program is to improve coordination and information flow between European commercial and trade promotion interests in Canada and EU member states by collecting information from EU market stakeholders in Canada. It shall create added value through legal analysis and recommended actions and by consolidating resources available to EU economic operators through the European Union Chamber of Commerce in Canada, EUCAN. Results to be achieved are on 2 levels. First, EU businesses will be in a better position to benefit from CETA, and the EU delegation will be in a better position to provide relevant support, and sustainable communication networking between the EU businesses and institutional stakeholders will be achieved. The approach taken has been created through systematic analysis and communication with key stakeholders to achieve the comprehensive scope of the project. Critical success factors include having an excellent understanding of the challenges and opportunities of market access, market entry, and doing business in the Canadian market, possessing risk management tools and procedures to ensure that effective coordination takes place across a multitude of stakeholders and the EU delegation for seamless service, and maximizing engagement with an input from informed stakeholders and data sources in Canada and in the EU. The activities to be delivered include a series of analytical reports, first a roadmap for the implementation of CETA in Canada, then a report on existing market barriers for EU businesses in Canada on both federal and provincial level, and an analysis of real and actual market access opportunities that the EU companies have or will have in the Canadian market under CETA. In addition, ad hoc legal assistance and analysis will be provided, responding to market access priorities. The program will also develop a communications platform to bring together the resources of the EU member states, and to facilitate constructive dialogue between the relevant stakeholders, particularly with regards to capitalizing on the benefits of the CETA. This strategic communications platform is being designed to be transferred to the EU Chamber of Commerce in Canada. The studies will provide practical recommendations on how to take advantage of specific opportunities and overcome specific challenges or obstacles. Overall, the purpose of the study report is to provide EU businesses, intermediaries, and market access stakeholders with a basic overview of the business potential opportunities and risks related to CETA. An institutional contact database is being designed to provide a database for EU exporters dealing with trade issues in Canada for both goods and services. It will represent a rapid resource for locating key contacts at the federal and provincial levels of government in Canada. The database will include a full range of institutional stakeholders in this respect to ensure that EU companies and organizations have readily available and up-to-date access to relevant contacts. An EU company could obtain practical benefits from the services offered by the program. For example, from the study report, a company will be able to identify sector-specific changes, market opportunities, for example, elimination of tariffs, and the remaining challenges, for example, distribution issues, and get useful recommendations on how to navigate the Canadian market. From the market access database, a company can find contacts for government institutions, chambers of commerce, and business associations to make their market access smooth and successful. From the information materials produced by the program, the company can learn from other company experiences and stay up to date with CETA-related news in Europe and in Canada. The CETA Market Access Program for EU businesses has been launched in January 2017 and will continue until January 2018. We are currently midway in the project's timeline, and this video serves as opportunity to take stock of the project's implementation. In 2018, the project will publish the market access database and the study report, and will host the annual workshop in Toronto at the end of the year. Throughout the entire implementation period, the project provides EU businesses with regular CETA-related information material, such as newsletter, videos, articles, and infographics. The project team also engages with CETA-related events in Canada and Europe to promote a better understanding of the trade deal and the project services among the business community. Further information on the project is available on the website of the EU Chamber of Commerce in Canada. We encourage all stakeholders to get involved by filling the Market Access Barrier Survey online, or you can also contact the program team via the email address available here. To remain up to date with the project's developments, you can follow UCAN's Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter pages.